Well, got the win. That's all you hope for on senior day, get the win. And it was really easy to celebrate these four. This group of seniors is phenomenal. Their career has been incredible. They are so different, yet just operate as one. It's really been honor and to be their coach. And to get to celebrate them today on their senior day with their families was so special. I got to be honest, it was one of the most emotional. It really was. I mean, we've had incredible group after incredible group, and this is my 24th. And I'm used to coaching people like this that are amazing people with amazing families. But today, I mean, there were tears flowing from the beginning. Maddie, I looked up at Maddie. Maddie almost got me going right away. Carl was standing out with Carl and our photographer, and Carl's like, "You're crying," and I said, "No, I'm not." I said, but I just looked at Maddie, and so, but what they've accomplished and the way they've done it, the way they've carried on the legacy of what Oregon State women's basketball is been extremely impressive to watch, and they've left an amazing legacy that will continue on after them, and so. The anthem was amazing today. Yes. Janessa and her brothers they could go on tour. We all know. I mean, they could. That was incredible. I told Ron Callan after the game, I said, that was worth coming into Gill, just that, let alone the game. And then you got to give Washington State a lot of credit. Don't know what happened to Chanel in the pregame, but you don't want to see anything like that. You don't want people missing anything. And so certainly the game missed her today, and I thought their team deserves a lot of credit for stepping up. Her sister played a great game. She's a great player. Not known for shooting, but of course rose to the occasion today and knocked down some perimeter shots when we dared her. Which I thought she would. Maybe hit one, but 3 straight was very impressive. But that's what you do for your siblings. And I thought their team had a very focused performance, and it took a lot of energy and effort from us in that second half to get away from them. And so it was just a great basketball game, a great day in Gill, and we're thankful for so many that came out to support us today.
Mm-hmm.
They were shooting like 68% there early in the third quarter, and then boom, they couldn't hit anything. Was it your defense? Did they just get cool off? What happened?
Well, I think it was a combination. Is it Matuga? Is that how you say it? Number 15. I mean, she's such a dynamic player, and I thought she set the tone for their team, hitting perimeter shots early in this game. I think they felt like, well, we're going to be able to shoot over the top of Taylor or their 5. And you're going to need to hit some. And so I'm sure Cammie challenged her, and she rose to it. I thought that set the tone for them, but we could not make them uncomfortable. I thought we were a little bit loose defensively, but you have to give them a lot of credit for the poise they played with. And then they really moved the ball well and found open shots, attacked at the right time, got layups. Those were the shots that I was the most frustrated with, giving up. But I just felt they were so comfortable. Second half, after, those 3 perimeter shots went down. Then our defense changed. The energy we played with changed, and we got out in transition, and that was the separator, that lineup that extended out a little bit further. But I just felt we made them more uncomfortable for them in the second half.
Scott, knowing you were going to be playing Washington State on Thursday, is there any? How do you play this today? Do you hold a couple things back, or do you just go, we got to win and do whatever it takes, or how do you?
Well, we need to win, no question. I mean, we need to win, and so we're building our resume. Everybody is, and so this was an important win for us today. I think there's certainly some gamesmanship in it. That's the fun of a conference tournament. You don't know if you're going to see them again, but we knew before the game today that we were matched up against Washington State no matter what happened in our game. And so this is halftime right now. This is an 80-minute game against Washington State. We need to win both halves. And so there is some of that. And so it'll be, fun to watch the film and see what adjustments they made during the game, what adjustments, go back and reflect on what we did, and then see what we can do moving forward, and then predict what they can do. Hopefully Chanel will be back because we don't want people missing, and that will change, some things of what they did today for sure, and be more of what we prepared for, to be honest. But yeah, it's a puzzle, that we're at the halfway point right now.
For any of you guys went through this 2 years ago, playing Arizona State the last game, getting the win down there, and then placing them in the tournament. Can you take anything away from that experience? I know it didn't end the way you wanted to, but coming back, I know you guys do that with Oregon and the Civil War with a little less time, but What do you remember about that and the difficulty maybe of going up against a team the second time so soon?
Yeah, when you play teams that close together back to back, you're very familiar with each other. You just review the scout and go over tweaks here and there that you're going to make, little adjustments. So they'll know our plays more coming in, but we have a lot of plays, so we can use the ones we didn't use today.
For any of the players, senior day is always a kind of a crapshoot, start a game because you're so emotional. How was it out there today to start the game? Was it easy to focus or not? Or
I think there's definitely a adjustment period at the beginning, but after you go through the whole celebration together, clean up the tears, get right back to the warm-ups, and you're focused on the game time and what the task at hand is.
Scott, there was a stretch there a few weeks ago where the third quarter was kind of not the greatest, but it seems like the last 3 games you sort of figured it out. Is there something that changed, or just back in playing?
I don't think so. It's hard to say. This team competes right, I think, most of the time and plays really hard most of the time. And maybe it's who we were playing. Maybe it was a circumstance of those games and coincidence that they happened to be back to back to back. But I just like the way we're playing. I like our focus overall. I think we're very comfortable now in everybody's roles. We've been able to be kind of the same now for a while, and the communication's getting better and better, and so our efficiencies are up. And you saw us do a couple different things today that we haven't done much of all year, and so there's still growth in front of us. But that's possible because of the consistency. And so I don't know if it's one thing or 2 things, but focus out of the locker room has been impressive from the Cal game on.
For any of you guys, you're through this rugged, 18-game schedule here of the Pac-12. Now you get to the tournament. I know you can't relax, but is it nice to get through this stage of things? Now you're on to the Pac-12 tournament and really looking at that postseason. Does it change anything, or does it just feel good to maybe put this part of the season behind and now you're on to the next one?
As seniors, it's of course great, to close one chapter and move forward to the next, but you definitely have to take the lessons that you've learned from this chapter and bring it on to the next. And I think we're gonna, make adjustments this week and come out strong for the next Pac-12 tournament.
Mm-hmm. Something that he always says is, there's 4 nets for us, there's 5 sometimes. There's 4 and there's 3 sometimes. 3, yeah, there you go. There's 4 because of that tournament. But, there's always nets to be cut. And I think when you do look at your season like that and you're like, okay, what's our next goal? What's our next priority? It is, like Maddie said, obviously we need to learn from what we've done. But it is nice to be like, all right, what's our end goal? There's another net to be cut. And, keeping that at the, front of whatever you're doing and having that as your priority, I think that, definitely helps you going into a tournament like that where everyone's good. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, it's a fresh start for everybody. So everybody comes in there, has the same opportunity to go take that championship, and that's the same opportunity that we'll go out and compete for. Awesome. Go Beavs.